everyone, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another summer 2024 plant update here in Las Vegas. It is officially my birthday weekend and I am on my way out to start early on my celebration, and this is the first year that I am not traveling the week of my birthday, filming something epic, doing an adventure and experience for Travel with Jewelyn for the vlog channel, because I am going to be leaving the country in 2 weeks and I am going to be traveling, and I will share content on both of the channels. So with that being said, I am going to be going to afternoon tea with Jessica for my birthday. She's going to be on a work trip the day of my birthday. We were actually scheduled to work that night together, so we are going to celebrate 2 days early. And I wanted to give you guys a little look, a little glimpse of my dress that I got from the Philippines in Cebu. I really love it. It's a designer dress and I never wore it, so I figure I wear it today to afternoon tea. And we are also going to go out tonight to dinner before I go to work, celebrating my grandma's birthday and my birthday, because her birthday is 4 days after mine. So I'm going to be doing that with mom. And I'm just kind of enjoying these last days as much as I can, getting everything I need to do in order, making sure the plants are happy before I leave them under the care of my grandma. So with that being said, I thought today we sit down and talk about the uncommon plants. Most of them, maybe I don't know the name, I know, and I'll talk about each and every one of them in depth on my background on the plants, where I got it. I associate plants with like highlights and chapters in my life. Comment down below if you do the same, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing me back here on the main channel. And I will probably do maybe 1 or 2. I think I got 2 more episodes left to share with you what's going on here at the Las Vegas house. So the first plant I want to talk about, and I don't know if you guys want to consider it a plant, it is my Marimo moss balls. I did an unboxing on this channel many years ago, and I was really excited, and at the time I didn't have the proper housing for it, and I got these glass bottles thrifted in my neighborhood, and I was like, you know what, for now we'll just leave it in here. And I know the comments went crazy. They're like, I can't believe she stuffed them in there. But it was definitely like for a short period, because I eventually found this, and I believe I got this from like TJ Maxx Home Goods, and I feel like this is the best setup for it. It's kind of like living in a 2-story mansion. And the Marimo moss balls have been living in my Santa Monica bathroom its entirety since I moved there to that studio 7 years ago. So it was there for 7 years in the bathroom, and now it's just living on my shelf in my room, which is going to be grandma's room. I don't know where she's going to keep this, if she's going to continue to keep it on the shelf displayed with the rest of the plants, but I wanted to give you guys an update for those of you who are wondering what's going on with my Marimo moss balls. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you have Marimo moss balls and what do you think about them. I think they're just interesting to look at. They're just like little balls of green, and they just kind of float and hang out. Now I know like there's maybe people out there that maybe measure them and see if they grow over time. For me, honestly, I feel like I don't see any growth. It kind of looks the same, but I could be wrong, and maybe they might like the environment here in Las Vegas more than Santa Monica. I will keep an eye on it over the next 2 weeks while I'm here, but I wanted at least to give the Marimo moss balls a shout out in the uncommon plants plant update video. And I have a bunch of them and I don't regret buying them. I think they're super cool, and the way how my grandma transported them was literally like dumping them in a Ziploc bag of water, their water, and that's how they transported here to Las Vegas. So it's living here, and one of the plants I decided to have here in Las Vegas for grandma. All right, another fun uncommon plant. I want to say this is a succulent, and I got this here in Las Vegas many years ago, and maybe it was tagged. If I can find the photo, because I usually tend to do that when I plant shop, I usually take a picture of the plant that I'm purchasing so that I remember exactly where I found the plant and if it was maybe ID'd. A lot of the times plants over the years I find purchasing that they're always mislabeled, or they'll say like miscellaneous. So I'll look back 7-8 years ago when I purchased this and see if I can find the name. But if you know the name of this plant, let me know in the comments down below. It's very weird and interesting. I was honestly thinking like, should I do a transplant, maybe put it in a different planter, when I was looking at all of my planters on what I wanted to sell and keep. And I did a lot of moving on the last chunk of plants, because the first, I want to say 70% of my plants in Santa Monica, I just was telling Sonia, just take it, just take it, just take it. And at the end of the video, I will share with you some plant updates that she sent me, which I'm super happy to receive and also share with you guys. But this is a very slow growing plant, and I want to say all of the plants that in today's video are slow growing, but they're so weird and interesting and uncommon. Like, these are my go-to plants, and this particular plant has been living in Santa Monica its entirety, although I did get it here in Las Vegas. And then I decided that this was going to be one of the plants that I wanted grandma to plant sit and enjoy in her room. So here's one of them that made the cut. Up next, and I will try my best to find the ID on this one. This is a very uncommon, rare plant. It almost looks like it's dead. I got this at a cactus and succulent plant show in Southern California. I want to say, was it Reseda maybe? Or Santa Clarita, something like that. But I was super excited, and I actually filmed a come with me, and I think even Tristan maybe might have met me there and said hi. But I was really enjoying my plant life during this era of my plant life, plant content creating. And as you can see, it's very hard to see if there's any growth, and this has been living in Santa Monica its entirety. I decided to bring it over as one of the plants for grandma, and literally all of the plants are doing really good in my room that's like hot in the 80s. The AC doesn't work in my room right now. But take a look at this. Do you guys see that? Like, what? There's even some little growth here and here. So I'm happy to report, especially this little guy here, this uncommon rare plant is doing so good. And I knew when I seen the plant, I was like, I don't know what this is. It doesn't look like anything, but I love it. And I decided to purchase it and make it one of my plants in that plant haul. And looks like I could probably, like, maybe I can trim this section off here and this section. No, see, it's very hard to, like, what do I do with this plant? But I want to say maybe I'll trim off this section. Other than that, I mean, all new growth. So thumbs up the video alone just for this guy, because I feel like I don't think it was loving Santa Monica, like the environment. I think it's loving my warm room here in Las Vegas because there's so much growth. So very fun update. Comment down below, what do you think about this rare guy? He's super uncommon, but I love him so much. And if you know the ID, comment down below. Another fun plant, and this is like a Caudex bulb type plant. These are really, I want to say, common and uncommon. I feel like at one point of my Come With Me series, when I was going to like the valley, I would see these unique specialty cactus succulent shops, and they just had a bunch of these, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got this one. But believe it or not, it was struggling in my patio in Santa Monica. I guess because the environment of maybe too much sun, I'm not sure. But this was one of the plants that I decided to bring over for grandma to enjoy. And look at all of the new growth. Like, do you guys believe this? This is all new. And I also changed the soil and I put it in this planter. I'm trying to think what planter was it in before, but I knew I wanted it to be in a terracotta, and it's in a very super chunky mix. because of its Caudex bulb bottom, it really doesn't need a lot of water. So I feel like this is the perfect plant for Las Vegas, and as you can see, it's telling me it's happy, and I'm really excited for this plant update. Every day, like when I'm going into the room, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's getting longer and longer and longer. Like I see some trail happening. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, at one point when it was in Santa Monica, it was like wrapping around the plant next to it. So I'm happy to report that this plant is doing amazing here in Las Vegas. Comment down below if you have one of these guys and if they are considered uncommon and rare in your part of the world. But not least, my totem pole cactus. If you guys have been following my plant journey over the years, you know that I spent a chunk of my time filming content in Arizona. I was like living my best life as far as for like a small short distance away from Las Vegas or from Los Angeles, because I want to say it's like a 5 or 6 hour drive from here, so it's far but still near. And I was able to film so much come with me's, and I was able to do a lot of like foodie content. It was really a good time, and I propagated this from the neighborhood that I was staying in. And this is a totem pole cactus, I can say that. It's a totem pole cactus. It is uncommon, it is rare, at least for my part of the world. In fact, I have never seen it in Las Vegas, or I've never seen it in California, but I did see it in Arizona, and this was one of many that I propagated. And I'm pretty sure maybe a handful of you purchased cuttings off of me, and I also gifted a bunch of my plant friends during that time one cutting. As you can see, and I'll give it a little spin so you can see, it's slow growing, but look at this. Look at this. Like all this right here is all new growth since it arrived to Las Vegas about 3 weeks ago. So I want to say it's loving the environment of the room. In the 80s, warm, it's like a greenhouse. So I'm really excited about all of this, because I was wondering when it was living in the front of my Santa Monica studio, like, boy, I had you for like so many years and you are not growing. And then immediately when I changed its environment and put it in my warm room in Las Vegas, look at all this growth in a matter of like 3 weeks. So I hope that gives you something to think about. And also, with that being said, I will share with you some of the photos that Sonia texted me. So thank you, Sonia, for the plant updates on my rare house plants. I believe she sent me a picture of my Monstera elbow giving new leaves, my Monstera Thai constellation unfurling a new leaf, and also I believe my pink splash and my gloriosum. I think those were the plants, I think, and like a philodendron bipilifolium or something like that. All doing good. So thank you, Sonia, so much for sharing the photos. I always get really excited when I get a text from her with plant updates, because I feel like I'm still connected to the plant collection, and I'm also able to share with you guys what's going on in Los Angeles with the big chunk of my collection that Sonia is watching for me. And I'm very happy that the plants are doing good. And I know, like, especially my rare plants, I did not want to sell them because I knew when I resettled back in the States, I'm not gonna want to go and buy these plants again. And a lot of them like have a backstory, like say for instance this guy, Arizona, my time in Arizona. You know, a lot of the plants that are rare that she's taking care of came from Florida when I did plant shopping in Florida. So I hate to have to see them go. So thank you, Sonia, so much for the plant update, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a plant update, plant talk on my uncommon rare plants here in Las Vegas. Grandma is enjoying them. I'm happy that she's able to have a handful of plants in my room where she's going to be staying to enjoy them. And it also like is a memory of our time in Santa Monica together, because for the most part over the past couple of years she was the one taking care of the collection while I traveled. around the world filming for Travel with Jewelyn, and also while I was here in Las Vegas for work. So I want to give grandma a big thank you as well for taking care of the plants, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing today's episode. I am going to gear up for my birthday weekend, and I'm in this time of the year right now. I'm very anxious. I have a lot of stress on my plate, and I have a lot of things that are unknown, and just kind of letting things fall into place. That's kind of where I'm at, and I will do a life update, and I said this before on this channel, on the vlog channel, for just to sit down and talk and give the vlog channel an update before I start filming more content on the road again, and let you guys know where I'm at this year. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.